Now, Sudanese President Omar Al-Bashir's supporters plan to hold a pro-government rally on Wednesday in the capital Khartoum as police tear-gassed anti-government demonstrators in several cities across the country over the weekend. More than 800 protesters have been arrested in anti-government demonstrations held across Sudan since last month. The protests that started in mid-December over the rising costs of bread and fuel have since widened to call for the overthrow of longtime President Al-Bashir.
Sudanese Labour Minister Bahar Idris Abu Garda has announced a pro-government rally expected to take place on Wednesday in the Green Yard Garden in Khartoum. It is the first of its kind to be held since the beginning of anti-government demonstrations late last year. Khartoum and several cities across the country have witnessed a series of protests that have almost always been dispersed by members of the security forces using tear gas. The president has admitted that there are germane economic issues that his administration was working hard to fix. Bashir has, however, ruled out resignation. On Monday, Sudanese Interior Minister Ahmed Bilal Osman told Parliament that the total number of protesters arrested until now is 816. The figure was the first given by officials for those detained since the rallies erupted in towns and villages and later spread to the capital, Khartoum. Sudan has been facing a mounting economic crisis over the past year, led by an acute shortage of foreign currency, while the cost of food items and medicine has more than doubled and inflation has hit 70%. Al-Bashir has pledged to address the issues facing the people of the nation, but that has failed to convince the protesters. Authorities say at least 19 people, including 2 security personnel, have been killed in clashes during the demonstrations, but rights group Amnesty International has put the death toll at 37. A government official has told reporters that 118 buildings were destroyed in the protests, including 18 that belonged to the police, while 194 vehicles were set on fire, including 15 that belonged to international organizations. On Monday, crowds of protesters gathered at the Red Sea city of Port Sudan, but they were quickly dispersed by rout police, witnesses said. As the anti-government unrest rumbled on, the first rally backing Al-Bashir was held in the eastern city of Kassala. Several supporters were carrying banners that read, "Bashir, we want you to stay," witnesses said.